Sheet pan meals are changing my life for the better. I'm going to share 3 of my current favorites, starting with Sesame Tempeh. Or if I would rename it, I would call it a delicious flavor bomb, because that's what it is. I often make one marinade or a spice mix, which I add to all of the foods on the sheet pan or parts of the food on the sheet pan. In this case, we're also going to save the leftover marinade and also use it as a dressing later on. And this is another great hack if you are busy. So the thing we are gonna marinate is a piece of tempeh. I'm using 400 grams of tempeh to 4 people. So instead of just slicing or chopping the tempeh with a knife, use your fingers to roughly break it apart, and this way the marinade will stick and soak up much better. And I'm also using a tablespoon of chickpea flour because, again, the marinade will stick to the tempeh a lot better. So just mix around until the chickpea flour has fully absorbed. And then we're gonna add about 3/4 of the marinade and stir it all in again. And I'm aware now that I actually forgot one ingredient. So before you add a marinade, chop up or thinly slice a shallot. If you don't find a shallot, you can use another more mild type of onion. And I'm adding just a little bit of drizzle marinade to it. Set that aside while chopping up the broccoli. And add the broccoli to the sheet pan to one side. I'm adding about 4 cups of broccoli and a drizzle of olive oil, just tossing that to combine. And on the other half of the sheet pan, I'm adding the tempeh onion mix, and oh, this one is so good. The marinade is so good. That is going into the oven on 180 Celsius degrees for about 20 minutes. One reason sheet pan meals are changing my life is that you get time over to do other things, like spending more time with my lovely daughter. Yeah, or you can do the toppings for later, or dressing, or you can also clean up in the kitchen. Because yeah, when the food is in the oven, it takes care of itself and you can do other things. And the beautiful thing about this recipe is that you can serve it with rice. I'm using leftover rice that I had in the fridge, but you can also serve it with potatoes, or you can make it into a salad. Since having my daughter, I focus on easy meals to reduce daily stress. If my stress levels are high, I feel anxious. And it's no secret I prioritize my health by eating well, but it's not just what you eat. Mental health is also important. So one of my goals for 2024 is to stress less. And we can actually get help achieving personal goals with therapy, which brings me to today's sponsor, BetterHelp. For a lot of people, BetterHelp makes it a lot easier to start therapy. For example, you can have a therapy session as a video call, phone call, or a messaging chat, whatever's the most comfortable to you. There's a link in my description where you can read more. Thanks to over 30,000 therapists in their network, BetterHelp can match you based on your needs and location. The only thing you have to do is to fill out a questionnaire that will ask you about what challenges you're going through and what kind of therapies you would like. In most cases, you will be matched with a therapist within 48 hours, which you easily can switch at no additional cost. So join over 4 million people who have used BetterHelp. Click the link below or visit betterhelp.com/Alexandra Andersson. And by clicking that link, help support this channel, but you also get 10% off your first month so that you can connect with a therapist and see if it helps you. Sheet pan fajita. This recipe is super quick, so a hot tip if you are busy, especially in the evenings, because you're just gonna chop up a bunch of veggies. So I'm using red, green, yellow bell pepper, some onion, and also cauliflower, which I'm just roughly chopping up. It's not that important, and you're just gonna dump everything onto a sheet pan. For protein, I also decided to add some tofu, and then lots of spices, some oil, and toss that around until everything is coated in spices and the oil. So while that is baking in the oven for about 25 to 35 minutes on 180 Celsius degrees, I'm gonna make a quick little sauce. Maybe these doesn't seem like they are super flavorful, but I promise you they are packed with flavors. They are so good. Me and my boyfriend love them, and they're also super easy and quick. Now let's make a spicy one, sheet pan harissa veggies. If you're sensitive to spiciness, you may want to reduce the amount of harissa paste into this one, but I like spiciness, so I'm going for it. And like with all of my sheet pan meals, you can of course switch out the veggies to ones that you like or the ones that you have in the fridge at the moment. But for this particular marinade, I really love sweet potato and aubergine, also called eggplant, it's the same thing. By the way, all of these sheet pan recipes are new ones from my app, Fivesec Health, which you find in the description box down below. So when all of the veggies and chickpeas are covered in the harissa marinade, you're just gonna add everything to a sheet pan. I'm wondering if this isn't the easiest recipe, most hassle-free recipe in this video, so I think you should give it a try. While this is baking in the oven, I'm gonna do a super quick tahini dressing, and tahini works really well with harissa and especially aubergine. So it's just tahini, lemon juice, some maple syrup, you can also use agave. Stir that up and add a few splashes of water, stir again, and do this until you reach nice runny but still creamy consistency. I really hope you try one of these super easy sheet pan meals. Let me know in the comments down below if you did and what did you think about them. I hope you got some inspiration, and I'll see you in the next video.